Oh, hi, I'm Virginia. Didn't see you there. My current hobbies include pretending to read this book, overwatering my plants, and watching myself talk for hours as I edit my own YouTube videos. Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. So today we're just going to be talking about if you have been shopping too much. I know that a lot of people maybe haven't been shopping as much, but I think some people, now that it's been a few months and we're kind of very much into this quarantine, have started shopping again. So we are here to look at 5 things that might give you signs that you're shopping too much. We're also going to be talking about some ways to remedy that, or at least help you decide what you want to do in the future. Also, I just wanted to give a quick shout out. My top commenter who keeps commenting on my videos, and I just really wanted to thank her, is the channel Misha the Millennial. I really appreciate all of her comments. She has kind of a channel that has a lot of workout videos and yoga videos, so if you're interested in that type of thing, then you should definitely check her channel out. Personally, I actually haven't been purchasing that much through this. However, I have been buying a lot of random things like toilet paper and cat litter. My Amazon suggestions are not great at the moment, but for some people I know that even though they weren't buying things early on in this, now they're like, oh, I'd kind of like some new pieces, and it's summer, the season's changed. Maybe in March it was still snowing where you lived, and now it's already June, so maybe they're looking for something that is more summer worthy. But if you find yourself purchasing things and you didn't put any thought into what the product was before you bought it, and you literally just clicked add to bag without looking at it, then that might be a sign that you're shopping too much. You buy things immediately and put little to no thought into what you're purchasing. The reason for this is you might find yourself spending more at a faster pace than you can handle. Also, when you make impulse purchases, you might find yourself purchasing things that you wouldn't normally buy otherwise, but it looked cute at a quick glance, and then of course when it arrives at your house, you might not like it so much. Another big sign that you may be shopping too much are obvious things, like when you look in your closet and you see things that still have tags on them. If you still have items that you've never worn and maybe they still have a tag hanging on them, then that will definitely mean that you are shopping too much. But even if you have things that don't have tags on them and you find yourself having to sort through lots and lots of clothing that you haven't worn in months or even years, then that is definitely a sign that you're shopping too much. I personally don't necessarily get rid of my clothes that often, but I do kind of switch out my wardrobe every year and kind of pick out things which maybe I haven't worn in a couple of years and then pull them back out so I can wear them. But if you don't find yourself doing that, then chances are that you're purchasing things that you know you're never gonna wear. Of course, another sign that you may be shopping too much is if you are behind every month or if you don't have enough to make payments on certain things. Now obviously right now this is a completely different situation because most people have not been able to go back to their jobs as fully as before this happened. But if you also find yourself short in areas that maybe you didn't used to be short in, or if you still have your job and you still find that your account is a little lower than it should be, then that's definitely obviously a sign that you may be shopping too much. Now there are definitely alternatives and kind of like fixes for this. For example, if you have other luxury, I'm just using the word luxury, but if you have other luxury spending on things that you don't necessarily need or want, then you can cut back in those areas, and then that will allow you to shop more if that's something you want. Or if you aren't actually that interested in shopping, then you can go, oh, actually, I'm not gonna buy this item right now, I'm going to use it for something else that I want. People always use the example of Starbucks because Starbucks coffees are like $4, and if you get one every day for 5 days, then you've spent $20, which may be a new dress or a pair of shoes or something depending on where you shop. So if there are places that you're spending more money, and that is something that you should definitely keep an eye on. Another huge sign, which I really wanted to mention, that you may be shopping too much is something that I've actually not heard from most of the people here on YouTube, and that is, are you donating or selling your items all the time? Most people shouldn't have that much to donate, especially if they are wearing it constantly, but there are a lot of people who have items to donate constantly, which means that they are also shopping constantly, or it means that they're only wearing an extremely small portion of their wardrobe and the majority of their wardrobe is excess. So if you find yourself constantly donating and rebuying and selling things online, then that might be a sign that you are shopping too much. One thing that I personally feel like is an extreme waste of money is donating items that you are going to repurchase. So I see people donate things and then maybe they have a haul and the haul has the exact type of item that they just donated. And my question to myself is, why would you rebuy something that you just donated? I understand if your sizing has changed, or maybe if the style isn't exactly what you want anymore, but I think for people who go thrifting, why would you buy something used that you already had in your closet and just donate it to someone else? So definitely the biggest sign that you may be shopping too much is if you hate everything in your closet. Now, this can happen to me every once in a while. Sometimes when the season changes, I look at my closet and I go, I don't understand, what was I wearing this time last year? Why don't I have anything? Even though I know that I haven't gotten rid of clothing. But if you find yourself hating everything in your closet, it could be a sign that you are shopping too much, or it could also be a sign that you haven't really decided what your style is. So the things that you are purchasing aren't things that you really like and really love. Maybe you're purchasing trendy items and those trendy items don't really resonate with you. So it's extremely important to decide what type of style you have. Okay guys, I just wanted to pop in for a second and remind you guys to subscribe down below if you guys are liking this video. I do make mostly clothing related videos and I post them on Saturdays. So if you guys are liking this video, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. If you think you may be over shopping, one of the first recommendations that I would have for you to help remedy the situation is to stop purchasing things. I know it can be difficult, but if you take a couple of months and don't purchase anything, then I think that will clarify what you need and what you don't need, or what you want and what you don't want. So for example, if you are an impulse purchaser and you wait a couple of months, then you go back and look at an item, you will very easily be able to see whether you still like that item or whether you look at it and go, oh my God, did I seriously almost buy that? I think those types of things will be clarified very quickly. Also, if you wait a couple of months to buy things and you are maybe overspending, then it will obviously help give your account some time to recover. Also, if you're the person who is donating or selling constantly, then it might be a good chance to see what you actually are pulling from your closet. And if you're pulling items constantly from your closet that you thought you wanted to donate, then you might realize you don't actually want to donate it and you just want to keep it and continue to wear it. Or if you have items that have tags on them and you still haven't worn them, then obviously it's time for those items to go. But once you've done this, I would definitely say the next step is to look at what you find yourself needing constantly, what you find yourself using constantly. I would set those items aside, they're good to go, and they're things that you will definitely be using. Okay guys, so I just wanted to give you a couple of examples. Even though my closet is a giant mess, as you can see, the coordination that I had for the spring closet video has definitely fallen by the wayside, and every time I put stuff in there, I just kind of throw it in. But for right now, I'm going to show you some examples of things that I wear and how often I wear them, and how you might decide whether something in your closet is something that you would keep or something that you would get rid of. So if you guys watch my videos somewhat often, then that means you guys have definitely seen this outfit or just this little jumpsuit by itself, because I do wear it all the time and it is definitely something that is in one of my go-tos, especially for the spring and summer seasons, because it is bright and something that I like to wear. So obviously it's something that I would keep and not consider getting rid of. The next thing that I'm going to pull for you guys is actually a skirt. Now this skirt is something that I don't wear very often. Obviously it's something that you probably haven't seen me in, but this skirt is a skirt that is for special occasions. So if you have items in your closet that are for special occasions and it's something that you would wear to a wedding or something like that, then obviously you don't have to get rid of all of your special occasion outfits, because they are something that you might wear in the future, but they're something that you will probably only wear once a year or something like that. Now, if you find that you have a lot of special occasion items that you can't fit anymore and you know you will never be able to fit again, like maybe you've grown out of them or something, then that is the time to donate or sell the items. Also, if there's something that you have been looking for and you go, oh, I really wanted to wear something like this today, but every time you go to look for it, you don't have it, or whatever you do have maybe doesn't fit so well, then that is something that you can put on a list of things that you might actually want to purchase. Another thing that will help to tell you what you need and what you don't need is to look at things and figure out what you find yourself being the most comfortable in and what you find yourself wearing. If you find yourself wearing more comfortable clothes most of the time, then you're probably not going to want to purchase an extremely tight type of dress that you don't feel comfortable in. And if you find yourself wearing things that are maybe a little bit flowy or something like that, then you know that that's probably the type of item that you should be purchasing. Because it is summer, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you going through all of your winter stuff yet, just because you don't necessarily know if you are going to wear it or not. But for example, this is a shirt, it's long sleeved for the winter, but I do know that I definitely don't wear this shirt very often. So even though it is a winter shirt and I might not want to make a decision about it until winter, it's definitely something that I would put in the section to sell or donate, because it is an extremely trendy piece. It has a cutout in the front, and those were in quite a few years ago. And also it's something that I personally didn't find fit my personal style, even though it actually does fall into the color scheme of outfits that I might wear. So I think a big thing to look at that a lot of people maybe don't is, what colors do you gravitate towards? There are many things which I don't wear as often just because it's not a color which I find myself wanting to wear most of the time. So I think it's a really good choice. People figure out what their main color schemes are and then go off of that. Obviously, you will have lots of pieces that maybe aren't quite in the color scheme of what you wear. For example, this little shirt behind me, it's a shirt, yeah, not a dress, I know, but I tend not to wear oranges, so even though I have a few pieces which are in the yellow-orange scheme, I tend not to buy as many items in yellow or orange just because I know I'm not going to wear them. It is good to keep a few pieces which maybe fall out of that color scheme, that way you do find yourself having variety. For example, I tend to wear this shirt in the summer, and because I really like the design and really like the shape of it, I do actually find myself wearing it. Whereas if I buy another piece that's in the same color, but it doesn't have that shape or design, I definitely would not be wearing it. I personally find that I gravitate towards blues or like seafoam greens. Those are definitely the colors I like. And then I also have quite a few items that are in light pinks because I also really like light pinks. So most of the clothing pieces that I buy are going to fall into the category of a blue or the category of a pink. And then of course I buy items which are white and black because they are just basic things that I need to have to make all of my outfits work. If you use some of the suggestions that I mentioned, I definitely think that it will help clarify what your style is, and therefore it will help you to make better decisions when purchasing items. And then you know that those are pieces that you'll wear, and then you won't have to go shopping quite as often. I definitely think that it's very important to have items in your closet which you love and want to wear, and items which make you feel your best. If you guys have any suggestions for how to avoid over shopping, or if you have any suggestions for how to clarify what your style is that I haven't mentioned, then I would love to hear them down in the comment section. Also, just so you guys know, I have been watching a lot of TV, as many of you guys have, and if you guys were looking for something to watch, I have an entire playlist which I will put up above. And that playlist has TV shows from every genre I could think of. It has recommendations for things that I personally watched and really enjoyed watching. So if you guys are looking for something to watch, then go ahead and check out those playlists. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.